Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review No Time to Relax. This is a game that you can find on Steam for a little under 15 bucks. We have covered this game before. We did a couple of full playthroughs of this game, I want to say a year or two ago. I wanted to come back to it and just play it and show you what it's like, because this is the game of life on steroids that I always wanted. In this game, you take on the role of a character, and you're going to be required to eat food, get a job, go to the university and learn new skills. But at the end of a certain time limit, and you can set that time limit, you are graded in 4 different areas. So how much money you have, how healthy you are, how educated you are, and I think there's something else, and I'll show you when I get there, but I'm old. I forget these things. Settings menu real quick. Just pause if you want to see any of this in greater detail. It's fairly simple. It works. You can choose different skins if you want. Halloween, Christmas, or Icelandic. Thought that was interesting. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of, controls to worry about here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. There is online play as well. I highly doubt there's anyone playing. Yeah, no games found. Yeah, this game is, I want to say, 4 or 5 years old at this point, roughly. But there is an invite code option, so you can host a game, you can invite someone to it. I don't know how stable the internet is at this point in time, at least with the servers here. I haven't had a chance to actually play multiplayer lately. It worked a year ago, and I don't see why it wouldn't now. Play. Alright, so you can choose 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 players. We'll do 1 player, and then you choose an avatar. And you can choose your time limit for each turn. I'm just going to go no limit so I can explain things as I go. Difficulty. Do I want a short game? Do I want a medium game, a long game, or a marathon? I enjoy the long/marathon games because I feel like I'm getting started. This is an engine builder, believe it or not, in the sense that instead of if you've played deck builders like Slay the Spire, you typically get stronger cards so that you can do better things. In this game, you're becoming more educated so you can get a better job, which gives you more money, so you're building up this financial empire. You can buy appliances and other things. You can even move into better apartments. So on the shorter and medium length games, I feel like I'm not progressing enough to be satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm rushing victory points early at the expense of just watching my character grow. So that's why I prefer the long marathon, but you can do what you want. I'm going to put it on marathon just because I feel like it. Do I want to add a computer? Just for the sake of explanation, I'm not going to do that, but you can add computers if you want to. So this is the game board, so to speak. As you can see, the game will tell you exactly what is what. There's a lot going on here, but I will, rather than play efficiently, I'll take you to each of the different locations and show you what you can do. But keep in mind, you have a limited time per day. So going over here costs this many action points or hours for the day. Performing actions at that location also costs things. So not only traveling, but doing things there costs you actions. And that is in the form of time. And you have to eat every day too, otherwise you get a negative event card that will do something nasty to you. Sometimes, you get lucky, but for the most part, these cards are bad. So I'm going to go ahead and escape. Alright, so you start in cheap housing. Your refrigerator will show up here when you buy one, which I don't have yet. But you can go to the store and actually buy food, which is cheaper than eating out every day. Typical. But you have to buy the refrigerator with your hard-earned money, which you don't have a whole lot of at the beginning of the game. Any furniture that you get, pets, all of them will show up here. And you're wondering, well, why am I buying these things? That's the fourth one I forgot earlier. Happiness. Whenever you get a pet, or new appliances or decorations, all of that contributes to a happiness score. These are your 4 victory point tracks, so to speak, around the outside of your character. The bars will fill up. There's no bars right now. You can barely make out a green one there. That's because I have $200 to my name. But as I earn more points in each of these 4 categories, these bars will fill up around my character, and I'm trying to get them as high as possible. I can relax, and in doing so, I earn points that way. Let's go counterclockwise, I guess. Market, yeah. So fancy housing, I'm not going to bother going there, but you pay more rent to live there, but people won't be able to break in and steal your crap. You can actually you can actually lose your possessions in this game through the bad luck of RNG. Someone might break in and steal something at random. Sometimes I think you can get a dog which acts like a deterrent. There are other ways to do that as well. But I'm going to go to the gym, for example, and I can work out here. I'm going to hit escape. So I can work out, and if you hover over a particular thing, you can see what it's going to give you. It says plus health and happiness if I work out. If I let it burn, also the same. It looks like they're the same, but typically, like, the more expensive an action, the better the action is. There's a protein shake if I want that. I'm just going to do a workout, and I'll do that a couple of times. Now, if you look on the very bottom middle of the screen, you'll notice that my timer is starting to fill up there. It's roughly 3 o'clock right now. And that little one below it is indicative of the current round or day that it is. And you set that again at the beginning of the game. So I'm done here at the gym. Let's head over to Clucker's and buy something to eat. I could buy a burger, although the Clucker burger gives me minus health. Yes, some items in this game actually hurt you. Fast food in this case. The bear combo is expensive. I guess we'll just do the burger there. Fine. But we ate, so we don't have to worry about a negative card effect. We do need to eat again, and we only have $35 to our names, so we should probably get a job. I can go to the mall. Let's go down to the job office real quick. I was going to go counterclockwise, but I do need a job to keep going. And this is important because different jobs will give you different amounts of money per hour that you work there. You start off maybe as a clerk, for example. Now, there's different tabs, too. That is the place on the board that you're going to be working at. So, Clucker's, for example, the fast food chain that I was just at, I can go there as a fry cook and work for $4 an hour. Something I may want to do considering that it's very close by to my house. I don't want to travel far to get to work. Okay, but then you might want to work at, let's say you're always at the gym. You may want to work as a janitor there. If you're going to focus heavy on working out, you might as well work, get money, and then work out at the same location so you're not wasting time traveling. You could do that. There's a market for food. Vex Core secretary is $7 an hour. Now, keep in mind, certain jobs have prerequisites. So if I hover over secretary here, it says to the right of that, education. I need a certain education level in order to work here, and I need to have so much work experience in order to take that job in the first place. I also require certain clothes. This says semi-casual clothes, which you have to buy at the mall. So, the better the job, typically the better the dress and the more experience you need to actually work there. But it's worth it because you spend less time working, and you can spend your time doing other things, like, again, earning victory points. Maybe let's go to Clucker's and just work as a fry cook. As you can see, it requires casual clothes. I don't have a whole lot to worry about there. Vex Core is just a corporation. I mean, I'll go there real quick. I don't think it's anything fancy. I can... A Vexportation Pass allows you to get around town faster. Scooter, cars, a phone. I can access my bank account and increase investment. Yes, if you go to the bank, which is right here, you can deposit money and earn interest based off of that if you want to. You can also take out loans. There's even a broker if you feel like playing the stock market. Yeah, it's cool. You can invest in gold, silver, pork butts. Why not pork butts? Bitcoin, bonds, and you can see how much each is. So I don't have any money really. I can't afford this, but I could totally play the stock. But fancy housing, there's the market. You know what, let's just make our rounds this way. Go to the market, I'll show you that. From here, you can buy food for 1 week, food for 2 weeks, food for 4 weeks. You can buy a newspaper, different things, cleansing food, lottery ticket. That's always a shot in the dark. Let's go to Cluckers and work a bit. Now that I'm here, there's a work button on the bottom because I actually have a job here. So I'm just going to work. And now I have to go back home. And now it's week 2. And now sometimes I'll get some kind of event and a descent into something. This weekend, you and your friends explored the cave systems. Okay, well, I lost $35 RNG. It sucks because if you're playing multiplayer, sometimes you get screwed and the other players don't. It's awful. I'm going to go back to Cluckers. I'm going to work a bit. And I'm going to eat a burger. And let's, again, for the sake of just exploring the rest, let's go to the mall. So your clothes will actually break in this game, so you have to replace your clothes. So just buying business clothes or semi-casual, you can do that for a little bit, but then you have to replace them. You can buy furniture for your house. There's fancy kitchen knives. I don't know why I'd want to buy that, but again, you can. These will typically raise happiness. Yeah. The spice rack improves health as well. I can buy board games. Look at that, or posters. And again, these will appear in your house. I can adopt a cat or a dog. I love that. I also have to. If you do get an animal, though, you have to make sure it's happy. Typically, a pet will improve your happiness over time consistently, but you have to keep feeding it and providing it with things to make it happy, assuming that you want to do that. But for right now, let's just pass on that. But that's cool that you can do that. University. Oh, let's go to appliances. Let's say you want to start saving up food at the store. Like, you want to buy food at the store, and you don't have to keep eating out all the time. You can buy a refrigerator right there. Some items are on sale. This kettle is $56, for example. This fancy stereo is somewhat cheaper. All of these typically are high-end to make you very, 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 very happy, but yeah. So that's that. Let's say I want to get a better job at some point. This is the university. You start off here, enroll in junior college for $50. I will hit yes. So what I have to do now is I have to spend time here studying. If I spend enough time studying that book or whatever I'm on, I move on to the next one for a fee. So I'm out of time. I go back home. And another random card. I lost $35 due to some kind of scam. Yeah, it seems like the better you do in this game, the worse you get. Culture, I mean, again, I'm not going to finish this playthrough, but if I go here, this is where you can go on trips, and in doing so, it's just a way to boost happiness, really. Trips to space, some of them are expensive. If I want baseball tickets, I could do that. But you get the idea. Was there anything else that I did not touch on? It looks like I did everything. Okay, if I go back to the university there and just finish. Okay, so now for $75, I don't have it, but I could now learn this new grade level. But now that I've learned this book, I could, in theory, come back to the job office and go, oh, well, there you go. I could totally do the assistant manager position, but I need to work at this location longer. I've got 32 out of 200 work experience now, so I need to work here longer, and I also need to buy semi-casual clothes, but I'll be making $6 an hour now instead of $4 an hour, which, again, adds up over time. I would need a 2-star education and more experience to get that, and business clothes, but $7 an hour is just not worth it at that point. You might as well work, let's see, the bank, for example, $10 an hour to be a manager. What's the equivalent? Even this teller, $6 an hour. Yeah, you get the idea. So you can pick your location that you like. If you see yourself over here a lot, then maybe work at the bank or at the university. If you see yourself at the gym a lot, work at the gym, work at Cluckers, whatever you want to do. So yeah, that is No Time to Relax. Again, it's kind of like the game of life, but it's like on steroids, but also a little different, and I really love it. It's got a board game engine builder feel. It reminds me of those Flash games I used to play way back in the day when I was in college. Those life sims where you go to class and you study and you go around campus, but you only have so many actions. This is one of those games, but it's a board game and you're competing for points, like I said, and you're trying to do that in the most efficient way possible. I really like this game. I highly recommend it, even for solo play. The computer can be a jerk sometimes, but, you know, so it goes. Alright, back home I go. I appear to be very unhappy. Gravity, I lost 36 bucks, and my monthly rent is due. I have to go to the bank to pay it. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot. $200 for rent. Well, had I known that, I would have worked first, then come here. Well, you get the idea. This is a game that's going to require a playthrough or two before you get the feel of where things are and what the general gameplay flow should be to be the most efficient at it. But I really like it. I recommend it. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.